Hello and welcome to another episode of our lives. This one took a turn in the beginning. We started this recording on StreamYard, streaming live onto LinkedIn, and then we had audio issues. So the first 15 minutes is just Bhavya and I talking to
Each other,
talking to each
which is
other.
good, but
And
yeah.
then we realized that nobody could hear us. So we have moved on to Zoom to try to finish this live and deliver the value and the promise we made to help position you and your personal brand for success in 2025. That's the topic. What can you do right now? What are the steps you can take that can position you to build a standout brand in 2025?
Guys, and the part which you missed, because I was
Right,
so excited to share with
right,
you that the fact is that personal branding, while it started off as obviously it's something we do for our businesses and we do as the services we offer. But I think the journey we've had, Kwame was very kind enough to mention that we had this chance meeting in Bali, and then we continued talking in Singapore, and because we're part of this organization called EO, and we were on a conference there. And after that, we just carried on just having a few conversations on LinkedIn,
right,
which led to us doing a LinkedIn Live.
right,
And from there began this journey, which has been happening almost every Tuesday since this summer.
right,
To some, it may seem very simple. Some people, there are sometimes 5 people, sometimes 20 people who join, and it has never been about the number of people that are joining or the clients we're getting.
right,
It's always been about giving back
right,
to the community
right.
or personal branding. Now, why is personal branding important to us? Kwame, why don't you give us one quick reason why is personal branding so close to your heart?
Well, we I just admitted our first person to join us, and it's somebody you're very familiar with. So let's get this party
Welcome,
started.
Stephen.
Um, so yes, so why is personal branding so important? Well, I think that in this day and age right now, as we look at the changes that we're experiencing with technology, with
Mhm.
AI, that's one aspect of it. And then the second aspect, hi Steve. The second aspect of it is that you are looking at the fact that it's becoming harder and harder to start, pivot, or grow anything, especially if you're in a small, medium-sized business,
Mhm.
without to be able to cut through the noise without having a platform for yourself. So, two reasons why personal branding is critical and is a must have today. Number one is that it's very hard right now to start a business, pivot your business, or even pursue any new thing. If you are an entrepreneur and executive, you want to be a speaker, you want to write a book, you want to do a TED talk, all these things hinges on you having a platform or a following because no publisher is going to pick you up if you don't have a follower like a significant brand online. If you want to be a speaker and somebody want to hire you, where are they going to go? They want to see your personal brand and see, have you been speaking on this topic? Are you considered an expert in this topic? Are you seen as the authority in this space? If you want to be a consultant, people want to know, are you the real deal? Do you know what you're talking about? And it comes with the value you're offering in life. So if you look into the future, anything that you want to do is going to be hinged on you having a platform that you've built as part of personal brand. And then you amplify that with AI. Why is the AI revolution a big play for personal branding? Because AI is now putting us in a position where everybody's going to have access to the tools to be able to spit out quality content, and we're all going to sound the same because we can press a button and generate content and all that. What's going to be the difference maker is going to be you, your unique point of view,
Your
your
story.
your story, and the connection and the network you've built, the community you've built online of people who see you as the expert, because we're entering an era of where we're going to question everything. Is this real? You're looking at a photo of somebody, you're looking at something, is this real? Is it AI? How do you get above that noise where everybody is questioning the truth about everything? It's you building that connection with your audience so that they know you as the expert. They understand you. They can see your content and they can distinguish between what is real and what is because they know your personality. They've gotten so much value out of you. They trust you as the expert. And so when they're ready to buy, you are the obvious choice. Those are the two reasons why going forward, personal branding is not going to be negotiable. It's going to be a must have.
And guys, very honestly, like this is you missed our gushy memory rush down the memory lane. So I'm just recapping that is
Right.
that this whole journey when it began 6 months ago, of course, there were things that we were also trying to figure out. And while our businesses are doing well, and while we've been privileged enough to get growth in our journeys, we just realized that by impacting your personal brand, you can make such exponential growth that we kind of made it our mission that we
Right.
want to reach out at least 20,000 people. Now,
Yes.
how are we going to do that?
Right.
It's what did you call it?
A
The big
BHAG.
hairy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Big.
Please
So
say that.
pretty much we have come to the point where we believe in this mission so much. I mean, we've been doing this lives for week on a weekly basis since the summer. We believe in this mission of impacting people through personal branding that we want to, as Bavia said, impact 20,000 people who are serious about growing their personal brand but need tools and guidance. And so that's the path we're on now next year to launch a community exclusively for that so that we can provide resources, tips, and build a platform where we can bring expert guests to come and talk about various parts of personal branding, how you can leverage personal branding to do whatever you're trying to do, accomplish whatever you're trying to accomplish right now. Now,
Absolutely. And guys, we're actually kind of reached 10,000 people because between Kwame and me, we at least cover 10,000 people.
oh,
And
absolutely.
yeah. So, and you know what? A lot of people do feel that, oh my God, how are you going to do this? How is this going to happen? At some point when I started, I had like 700 followers at the beginning of this year.
Right.
I'm finishing the year with close to 3,000 followers.
Yep. Yep.
That's good enough. And the
Right.
thing is, we also part of this LinkedIn group where we had this whole debate about should you just connect with everybody? I don't think so, because my connections are usually people who are within the the community I serve.
Right.
Now, how can we take this further? Is the big project we're working on, which is going to come out next year, and that's going to be a community that's affordable.
Right.
Like I said, it's going to have a lots of value. And we just wanted to be a place where we can nurture because everybody is at a different space in their journey.
Yes.
But today, we're also going to leave you with Kwame has some five strategies ready to share with you. And I will be adding my own strategies in that whole journey. So, Kwame, you were starting off with the first one, which happened to be
Yeah.
the real
So
estate.
the first tip on what you can do right now to impact your personal brand and
Yeah.
grow your brand in 2025. Steve said he has to run. Yes, Steve, we appreciate you showing up and just cheering us on. We'll be seeing you soon. So tip number one, Google yourself right now, your name and your company. So we're talking about positioning yourself for 2025. So Google yourself and your company. So mine will be Kwame Kwade, Pioneer Branding. The first thing that's likely to show up for you is LinkedIn. And here's why I want you to focus on that today. First of all, your LinkedIn profile is a landing page. You should consider LinkedIn profile your landing page, and it is your your first entry entry point in showing people what you do and what you're about. We have another guest. It's your first entry point to show people what you do and what you're about. And so, hello there.
Hey guys, Bashar Ablan here from EO Kuwait slash Southeast.
Hi, how are
Hamia, how are
you?
you?
Hi, Bashar. Jump
Nice
right
to meet
in.
you virtually. What a coincidence, huh?
I know,
Yes,
right?
yes, 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 yes.
Well,
So
we're
we're just
sharing
giving
some
some
tips.
tips on personal branding, and
Yeah,
Kwame's just started with his first tip, and
yes,
we're going to walk in this whole journey and keep sharing things so that hopefully a lot more people take their personal branding journey seriously.
right. And we're gonna
Yes.
share this recording later, so definitely. So
Well,
the
I
first tip,
saw the link in the group, so I just joined without knowing anything.
no problem. You're in the right place. You are in the right place. Good.
So I'm all in.
All right. So what I was sharing is the first thing you need to do right now is Google yourself. And if you Google yourself and your business name, likely LinkedIn is going to be the first thing that's going to show up. And so why is that important? Well, your LinkedIn profile is a landing page. And so if somebody meets you at a networking event and they take your name, your business card, they go on Google and they Google you and your business, and LinkedIn shows up, what are they going to find? What Google does is that Google is going to show them your LinkedIn banner first. And so if you Google my name, Kwame Kwade, Pioneer Branding, Google is going to show you my LinkedIn banner. That banner should stand on its own and reinforce who you are and what you do. And so, if that is not happening, that is a change you can make today because you need to update your LinkedIn banner so that it provides a narrative of who you are and what you do. So that person that met you at the networking event and you told them about your business and all the things that you do, they go to Google and they pull up your LinkedIn and then it's blank. You've lost an opportunity to reinforce that message of who you are. And then if they're interested, now they're going to log into LinkedIn and see the rest of your profile. But if your banner is blank, then they're going to move on. And so the first thing you can do today to really set yourself up for success in 2025 is obviously a LinkedIn rebrand, but it starts with your banner. So that's tip number one. Bhavya, what do you have?
Okay, so for me, the main thing is that even before you get to your banner and before you get anywhere else, it is to identify where you want to go. What is the goal of your personal brand? So it's like, are you going to be using it for your business? Is it you are pivoting in life? 5 years from now, where do you want to be? Like, answer these questions for yourself. Maybe you want to obviously support, get more sales or lead generation, or probably you're in the next phase of your life, you're writing a book, you're becoming a speaker, or um, it's your charitable, you have your life's purpose that you want to share. It doesn't always have to be about money, guys. So whatever it is, now once you have that locked in, you from there you go into, you know, your banner space. And then that banner space, like he said, define it, because you want that one thing associated with your name. Kwame loves using this, and I'll drop it so that he can explain it further. The
Yes,
lane of one.
it is. It is. Lane of one is my signature phrase of getting into the mindset that you want to be remembered for one thing. What is the one thing that when people your name comes up at a networking event or in a room, what do you want people to think about? That is the defining feature of your personal brand. And you want to make sure that you have clarity on that because personal branding is about telling a story. We all have a personal brand, whether you're actively cultivating it or not. And so
Yep.
the first step to cultivating that personal brand is deciding what do I want people to think about when my name comes up. And
Mhm.
then once you have clarity on that, for me, it's personal branding using video content, for entrepreneurs. That is the
Yes,
thing that I work on, personal branding with video. So what is
absolutely.
that for you? Once you define that, then your banner, your LinkedIn banner needs to say something about that because that is the message you want to reinforce. So, yeah.
So, Bashar, are you working actively on your personal brand?
Well, I recently attended my EO session in the healthcare. They were talking about starting your own podcast. And
Mhm,
I'm actually, in the past couple of years, I worked on the personal branding, but I
Mhm.
just got shocked about something that I don't think you will go through. I just Googled my name, and of
mhm,
course,
Uh-huh.
LinkedIn was there, and I have a great banner. But because
Mhm.
I was not logged in on this laptop,
mhm,
it was
Mhm.
showing me the Arabic version of LinkedIn. So
mhm.
my banner
Okay.
logo with the tag name was covered with my photo because the right to left became left to right.
Yes. Yes.
So now my banner is killed, because I'm not logged in. I never thought it would
Correct.
show me the English version. So
You
it's
know
it's,
what?
it's
I'm so happy. I'm so happy this happened to you because these are the small things that truly matter. Bashar, can you tell me your industry? I'm going to use you as an example and we're going to try and weave you into our strategy. So, what
yeah.
industry and what niche are you in? You said healthcare?
No, I'm IT actually, but I attended healthcare because I just joined a new spa slash salon business, and so I wanted to. So my
Sure.
company is called KuwaitNet. It's IT, so
Okay.
cloud, web hosting, web development,
What do
anything
you want to be
related to
known
that.
for? What do you want to be known for?
Well, I'm already known about, technology, anything related to technology, because I had a
Okay.
lot of
So that's
first
good.
advantages.
So if we were taking Bashar's example and he wants to be the known as the tech guy of Kuwait, right?
Yes.
The tech
If you
guy of
would say.
Kuwait.
Yeah.
Right. So, like Kwame said, now he's very clear. His niche is industry is tech. His niche is he wants to be known as the go-to tech guy, whether it's solutions, whether it's cloud, whether it's security. I'm sure he has a whole range of industries that he's serving. Now, Kwame brought us onto this, and I'm just putting all the dots together. Like Kwame loves the lane of one, I love the golden thread.
Right.
So, the golden thread is that if we take where he is, and we go into Kwame's strategy, which is a very, very obvious strategy, is how well are you using your first real estate? That is the top banner space. And in there, you have to find that one statement. Like Kwame talks about how he helps people find their personal brands. My key message is I help you unleash your potential, whether it's your business for coaches or is it your personal brand for entrepreneurs. So we unleash your potential so you can actually use that space. Now, somebody like Bashar would go ahead and say, you know what, if it's technology, I speak it.
Right.
So
Yeah.
something even as simple as that, where
Right.
he's like, okay, if it's technology, I speak it, then everything in his space would be the next step. If I'm Kwame, if you don't mind, I'll go into the next
Oh, go
step
ahead.
for
Yeah.
strategy wise
Yeah. Totally.
is would be the content pillars.
Right. Right.
Right. Because sometimes the biggest mistake people make in, and this is borrowing from Kwame's lane of one. Now, if he's going to talk about tech, he can't just start talking about food and fashion and other things because it's so confusing for people. What do you do?
Right.
And that's what Kwame means by the lane of one. So under the lane of one, he would say, okay, the big umbrella is tech, and then break it down into a few more topics that are more what we call sub niches within his big niche.
Right. 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 Absolutely. So that, you are okay, you tech is such a broad category, and you have probably specialty in setting two or three areas that is your bread and butter and that you can
Mhm.
speak on. And so those
Yep.
become part of your content pillars. So if it is cloud or cybersecurity or whatever it is, those become your content pillars. So now when you're
Correct.
creating content, you're showing people that you have expertise in these sub niches under the tech umbrella. And so you are, by doing that, sharing value and validating your topical expertise so that when somebody is looking for an expert in cybersecurity, they're going to come to you because they've been following your content online and I've heard you talk about cybersecurity and giving them tips that they have felt like has provided them so much value.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm.
So I'm going to share, and I love the little anecdote. So this happened last week. Um, Somebody from you just happened to reach out, and then they're like, "Oh, can you help? Like, we're looking for a client, and they're looking for guests for their podcast, and somebody mentioned that's what you do." And I was like, "Okay, close, because podcasts are related to personal brands. I understand why people would think that's what I do, but I help build a personal brand. I don't help do the podcast." But it was so nice that it came from a random space because now people have associated that personal brand, podcast, and those journeys with your name. And Kwame, how many times has that happened? How many WhatsApps have you gotten going? Somebody told me you can help me with my personal brand, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And
I
how did
mean,
that happen? Yeah.
yes, and I've gotten even speaking gigs because of that.
Mhm.
Because somebody said, "Hey, I heard you did this, so I think you can come and speak to us on this." So definitely identifying that is so critical. And
Absolutely.
so, what is the next tip you want to give, Bhavya?
So, we've covered the personal brand bit, we've covered the real estate bit, and I think the one thing I would say is posting consistently. It
Yeah,
sounds very simple, but that is the real game changer.
right, right. And we have somebody else I'm going to let in. She was on the
Sure.
previous, she was on the recording before. So yes,
Yeah.
posting consistently is like, and I have a little title under that.
Sure.
Does your content grab attention?
Hmm.
Going into 2025, it's not going to be enough for you to just post content, for you to just create content, but does your content grab attention? So, kind of segueing into and kind of pulling the thread together from the previous point, Bhavya was talking about, content pillars.
Yeah.
And why are content pillars more important? Because content pillars shows your zone of genius. What are the topics that you can talk about that can add value to your community, that will establish expertise and authority with your audience? That is important because going into 2025, if you're going to be creating content, you have to create content that grabs attention. Why is it important to get above the noise? Because we're going to get a lot of noise from AI. A lot of people, you probably heard online, somebody's telling you to put this prompt into AI and it will generate all the content you need for 30 days. And believe me, I use AI for content, but I don't lead with AI. I lead with my expertise and authority, and then I use AI to amplify or to make it better. And so you're going to be bombarded with vanilla content on online, and your way of standing out is identifying what you're good at, what can you talk about that can provide the most value to your audience, and then leaning into that and addressing their pain points, their frustrations, what keeps them up at night. What are the future aspirations that they have? What is the future state that your clients or your prospect want to be in? You want them to see you as the solution to their problems. And you can only do that by creating content that addresses their pain points, their desires, their frustrations, their future state of mind. And then that makes them see you as the authority in the space so that when they're ready to buy, remember, only 5% of people online right now, especially on LinkedIn, are ready to buy today. The other 95% are on a specific buying journey. It may be the next 3 months, it may be the next 6 months, it may be the next year, and they may be consuming your content and getting value out of you that they are so locked in into you as the expert that when they are ready to buy, you are the obvious choice. And that's what personal branding does, makes you the obvious choice because you provided content and value that help them make their life better.
Yep. And you know what? We just have to remember that like, that's why we brought up the whole community thing. When you're giving back, the biggest challenge is a lot of people feel that they're going to create a LinkedIn profile. And then, you know what? Money's just going to start rolling in. They're going to go after their clients and they're just going to message. I want you to imagine this. You open your DM, you have 10 messages. Okay. 8 of them are like, buy from me. This is what I do. I can fix you. I can fix you. I can do this. And here's somebody going, hey, loved what you do and would just simply want to connect. Of all of them, you're only going to connect with that person, or they'll find a way to connect with you on a more authentic manner. And in this space where the creator economy and social media is so huge, another term that we use quite commonly, and if you've hung out with Kwame and me for any amount of time in the last 6 months, we say human to human connections.
Right. Right.
Because I shouldn't feel like I'm speaking to AI. I
Right.
want to know the person behind the brand. And
Yeah.
your personal brand journey is literally that.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
Kwame, what's the next tip?
So, so the first one was to just wrapping in. First one was make sure you clean up your LinkedIn profile, especially your banner. The second one is create content that grabs attention. The third one is get out of your comfort zone. That is my tip. I knew that was gonna get a reaction of you. That is my tip. For the third tip is get out of your comfort zone. You know, I think that, and what do I mean by that? So there are a gazillion tools that LinkedIn provides that a lot of people don't use that you can leverage to amplify your
Absolutely.
voice. And so getting out of your comfort zone means that, have you done a LinkedIn audio event? What does that mean? If you remember what Clubhouse was a few years ago during COVID, well,
Mm-hmm.
LinkedIn Live, Audio Live is one of those tools where you can go live on LinkedIn via audio, where you
Mm-hmm.
open an audio room. People who see the topic and are interested can just jump in and have a conversation with you. It's a tremendous opportunity to demonstrate your expertise, demonstrate your authority, and That's the first getting out of your comfort zone thing Bavia and I did by when we connected. We just got onto LinkedIn audio and started creating, just talking and having discussion. And then we moved to LinkedIn Live. So getting out of your comfort zone, if you don't want to start with video, start with audio.
Also, when our LinkedIn Live didn't work today, guys, we did not hesitate to make it a Zoom. And we just said we're going to do this because I think it's also about that commitment.
Right.
And I'm hoping to keep our Tuesday calls going, and we will keep doing, um, more in Jan, whether it's the community work, whether it's LinkedIn Live, but it's about the consistency. Of
Right.
course, we're closing for this for 2024. This is the last call, but
Yep.
let
Yep.
that be known.
Yep.
Tip
And
number 4.
so number 4 is go deeper with your audience.
Yes, yes.
Go deeper with your audience. So social media, including LinkedIn, is rented space.
Mhm.
And not only that, even though you can use it to amplify your voice, it's important that you have a place where people can find you and have a deeper connection with you. And so you have to think about what digital asset are you building that would last beyond LinkedIn. So the first place I would start is obviously you can start the lowest hanging fruit is a LinkedIn newsletter. And I know I'm kind of contradicting myself, but I'm not. Start with a LinkedIn newsletter and then slowly migrate those people to your own newsletter because LinkedIn newsletter is a low hanging fruit. If you have, let's say you have 2,000 followers, if you launch a LinkedIn newsletter today, within 48 hours, 10 to 20% of your audience are going to subscribe. So immediately you can have up to 400 people that are subscribed to your newsletter that you can talk to them right now. When you launch a brand new newsletter, you won't get 400 people right now. So LinkedIn
You just
newsletter,
can't.
you
The
can't.
lead magnet and all, it just takes
Exactly.
such a long time.
Exactly. So LinkedIn newsletter is a soft landing where you start a newsletter, you have immediate audience you can talk to, and then slowly you can start building your off LinkedIn newsletter and migrating people there and sharing more value. But the goal is go deeper. Is a LinkedIn newsletter allows you to go deeper. Now you have 400 people that you can email maybe twice a week, sharing more
Mhm.
value, deepening that relationship. And you can even promote your products. After every 8 value you provide, the ninth post can be of value of you sharing your offer. Because if you don't tell people what you do, they don't know. People don't know how you can help them. A lot of us just share content, but you have to also sell. And I have this ratio of 9 to 1, 9 posts, 1 sell.
So I quickly jumped on and I looked at statistics. Like I said, when I first started towards the end of December, somewhere some 800 something, I'm close to 3,000 followers. For a lot of people, it's like, oh, that's not a lot of followers. But the point is, this is something I learned on the streets of Instagram, and I applied here still. And it's like a little case study. There's a client of mine. She has 111 followers on Instagram and 304 followers on LinkedIn. In the last 6 weeks, no, not 6 weeks, I would say 8 weeks, 8 to 12 weeks, she has made $6,000 to $8,000.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's all I've
No, yeah, no.
not the number of followers, guys.
Yes.
So the same way, your newsletter, you start off like, so why did I bring that example? I was just being lazy, didn't get around to doing it. Around September, Kwame and I were talking, and I was like, you know what, I just have to start this. So I went and started a LinkedIn newsletter, have about 800 followers. Okay. And that's what? September, October, November,
Yep.
3 months.
Yep.
But from there, even if 20% are reading, that's a good statistic
Yeah.
because it's also a known fact that a lot of us sign up for a lot of things, but we don't really
Yeah.
read,
Read it. Yeah.
follow.
Yeah.
So don't hesitate to keep building authority because when you're consistently posting and you're doing, like you said, getting out of the comfort zone and going deeper,
Yeah.
there's something called, it's a marketing and sales phenomena. It's called the snowball effect.
Right.
correct? So
Yeah.
you start off, you first get one client, two
Yeah.
inquiry, inquiry, and then suddenly you can't explain
Oh
when
yeah.
you couldn't sell anything last year. You
Yeah.
start Jan 2025
Yeah.
and the shit's just flowing in.
Let
Why?
yeah. Let me
Go
give you
ahead.
let me give you
Yeah.
an example about that. So you reached about this workshop thing that I've been talking about. Um, it started after an EO regional event, and somebody reached out to me and said, "Hey, I heard you spoke here. Can you do a workshop for my accelerator group?" And I said, "Sure, let's do it." And so I created a paid workshop and I ran it. Since then, I have done 3 accelerator groups, and I'm about to do two. I've done 2 EO forums, and I'm about to do another one. Most of them in the same chapter. Because I'll get a typical email. Hey, I heard you did this for this forum in our chapter. Can you come do it for us? I heard you did this for this accelerator accountability group. Can you do it for us? And it is because I was putting myself out there. And the first person that connected with me had heard me speak about personal branding. So the point here is,
Totally understand.
yeah,
Snowball effect.
yes, that's it. That's it. And you talk about LinkedIn newsletter, it works. There's
Yeah.
somebody that I've been trying to do business with, but
Mm-hmm.
I haven't figured out a way to approach the person.
Mm-hmm.
And they read one of my LinkedIn newsletters and
Mm-hmm.
reached out to me. That's it.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah,
Wow. Wow. Wow.
yeah,
And like it's just understanding that what was it? Well, I love that term. It's a Gary V term, isn't it?
yeah.
Build in public. What is it?
Oh, building, but yeah.
Yeah.
The jab hit.
Yes. So the point is, the thing is, this is how I'm going to explain to you. When I first started talking, I had friends going like, "Why do you post so much?" And you're going to get that. I'm doing a genuine experience share. Then you have friends going, "Oh my God, all you do is you're online constantly." Okay, great. And then randomly, you just keep showing up. You're doing it. You're not waiting for that one validation, one approval. You're just showing up. You're showing up. And then you have one or two genuine, somebody who truly connected with your content. It could have been anything. And they truly connect with your content because guess what? We're all looking for something online,
Yeah,
entertainment,
yeah,
maybe something to lift our spirits,
yeah,
anything. Okay. And then you get that one validation. And then you, in the recent years, I've had my ideal clients, not that I've worked with them, but they fit my ideal client profile. And all I get to hear from them is, dude, really liking your LinkedIn game, connect, and I think your content's really good.
yeah,
Okay, thanks. What will happen? Are they instantly going to buy from me? No. But when they are ready and when they are looking for someone
yeah,
they want to work with,
yeah,
Kwame and I are going to be top of mind
yeah.
because
Absolutely.
we've been doing this and doing this and
Yeah,
doing this, and it's going to work.
yeah,
And not that it's not working, guys. We have other clients. Don't worry about it. But I'm just saying that
yeah.
that's how it works. So
And one
yeah.
of the things I think I want to say about going deeper is we talked about newsletter, building your email list. That's
Mhm,
critical. That's something you have to do regardless because when it comes to digital assets, email
mhm,
list is number one at the top.
mhm,
Nothing can beat the ROI of email. I'm going to say it again. There is nothing right now in marketing, in the entire field of marketing,
mhm,
that can beat the ROI that comes with email. If you have the size of your email list, obviously the quality, but the size of your email list is going to determine the size of your income. But let's set that aside. The second thing to build an asset is
mhm,
podcasting. And I'm going to say this with authority here. I
mhm.
think 2025 is going to be the year where podcasting is going to go through the roof. It's already been there, but right now people are beginning to see that if you want to build a platform for yourself, having a podcast does 3 things. Number one, obviously, it gives you content that you can repurpose. I'm going to talk about my tip number 5.
Yes, please.
Repurpose to to achieve a lot of things. But number 2, You have a platform. You can invite people as your guests. Those people you invite can be strategic. You can invite people in your niche that are experts or authority that you want to learn from. So you bring them to your podcast. They're gonna, and you're gonna learn from them, and your audience is gonna learn from them. But you can also bring your prospects. Who do you want to do business with? Who is the prospect that you're looking to bring them on and just chat with them? You
Yeah.
don't know what will come out of that, because that's not only are you showing your expertise, but you're showing interest in them. And most people have not been invited to speak on a podcast. So
Mhm.
imagine that CEO that has never been asked by anybody to speak on a podcast, that executive that never been invited, and you are the person that say, hey, I think you have value, you have something to contribute, I want to invite you to my podcast. Imagine what impact. And then after that, if you spend time promoting the clips and they can see themselves on the internet in your feed, that is going
Mhm.
to make an impact. And then the third reason why you want to have a podcast is that you want to date with your audience. Your
Yeah.
followers need a place where they can come to and just listen to you unfiltered, where you are sharing your thoughts, your expertise, your knowledge. And if somebody want to hire you as a speaker or hire you as a consultant, what's the best way they can go? They can just go to your podcast and pick an episode and listen to it, and they can validate everything they need about knowing from you. So
I,
that's
I-
my
you know,
thought about podcasting.
I think it's brilliant because think about it. In today's day and age, uh, whatever LinkedIn is doing, it's great. But what YouTube's going to do is going to
Oh,
give Netflix a run for its money.
absolutely.
They're doing it. We're not
Absolutely.
through our asses, guys. It's pure statistics.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Because we're
Mhm.
coming into a space, we're coming into a world
Mhm.
where AI is going to open up doors. The way we are feeling about the industrialization of society, the 9 to 5 jobs and
Mhm.
education system was created for that. Suddenly, there's a whole generation of people coming up that do not want to be tied to their desks.
Right.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm not saying everybody needs to be an entrepreneur. Believe you me, even entrepreneurs need somebody to work for their companies.
Right.
No man can operate as an island.
Right.
Some people are risk averse, whatever works for them. But
Right.
the way we work is going to change.
Yep.
And passion is going to play a huge role in what brings joy to our lives, right?
Yep.
And podcasts and education systems, because education with the student loans all over the world becoming such a headache. Platforms, podcasts, these are spaces
Absolutely.
people are coming to learn.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
don't you remember the first person you ever heard? Like,
Yeah.
why do we remember Christo, Gary Vee,
Right.
um, some of these guys, or Mr. Beast? Okay,
Yeah.
I'll even accept Mr. Beast.
Yeah.
There is no ways you are from any urban section of society and you don't know these people.
Yeah.
Like you have to be living under a rock. Why?
Right. Because they build your brand. And I'm going to be singing this thing for the in 20. If you create a podcast, and you talk about YouTube. Yes, what some people don't know. YouTube used to be the place you go in and just search on your computer and get knowledge. I have a YouTube channel that I've been growing. I've been talking to you about that over the last 45 days. I'm about to double my followers from 10,000 to 20,000 followers. And it's on a different topic on personal finance. But here's the thing I've noticed: 50% of my YouTube viewers are viewing on television. Think about that. Why? Because now all our smart TVs have YouTube as an option, like you have Netflix, like you have
I
Hulu.
did
Smart
I
TVs
literally
have,
have to
yeah,
remind them.
yeah. And
Yeah.
my kids just watch YouTube on television, as if it's like we watch regular television. For them, YouTube is entertainment, and they just go and watch their shows. So if you are not part of that conversation, if you are serious about a personal brand, and you are not creating, you don't have a video platform where you are
Mhm.
sharing your knowledge, expertise, and building a community, you are
Mm.
missing a huge opportunity.
Got it. Got it.
Yeah.
So, although this was a short one, I want to say, Kwame, it's been an absolute, unless you have any more tips to give.
No, so what time do you want to wrap up? Maybe 5 more minutes and then we can wrap up.
Yeah, we can
So
do that in five
last one,
minutes.
tip number
Yeah.
5 is AI.
Mm.
AI is going to help you scale your content. And there's so many tools out there, and I'll give you just 2 things to think about. Number one, because we have to lean to video content. The reason why you should be creating video is that you can repurpose video into more things. I have
Mm-hmm.
right now this podcast, I'm going to take the clip and then I'm going to put into a video AI backed video tool and try to find social media where the clips out of it and put it online. So AI can help you scale your content, and AI can also help you create more content that sounds like you. So
Yes.
we have to get into the mindset of, okay, how can AI help me enhance this piece of content? So if you
Yes.
write something for LinkedIn, your own voice, how can AI make it sound better? So there's so many tools out there that I want you to get out of your comfort zone and lean into AI so that you can work
What
smarter and
you're
get
you're telling them they should look into which particular two
Opus
tools?
Clip. Opus Clip is the first one, which allows you to take long form video and turn
Into
them into short
yeah.
form clips.
And the second one?
Tip number two, I would lean into one of the whatever your favorite AI model is, okay, whether it's ChatGPT or Claude or whatever, there is a voice audio feature on each of them right now. No ChatGPT has it, Claude has it. When you are walking around and an idea comes to you, just record an audio through the AI tool like Claude. It will record up to 10 minutes of audio recording, and then you can then tell it, give it a prompt on what to do with that audio recording. So you can just say, hey, this audio recording, take the transcript and create a LinkedIn post or create a newsletter for me based on these prompts. So my point is that even on your random thoughts, turn them into content, and you can do that now with AI because there are tools out there at your fingertips that can help you right now. That's the fifth
You know,
tip.
Kwame, somebody like me would use it to write a book.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. No, I'm telling you, we should have a whole conversation. I have tips for you on that. It is such a powerful tool because it's your voice and
Yeah, and some people don't communicate by typing.
right. Yep.
And clearly the two of us are speakers,
Oh,
not
I mean,
okay. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like
So
we're
that's
talking
what I've been doing. It's like I go on my walks, ideas will come to me. Next thing you know, I have like 2,000 words because I just kept talking. Right. So those are the five.
brilliant. Wow. So you gave the 5 tips. We've thrown in other things also, reminding them of how the personal brand works. Then we told them about niche and sub niches and content pillars, and also identifying that, you know, with all of this, like when you're going deep, why your own point of view matters. Why is it important to be about the human and human to human connections with engagement at the back end, about connecting with people, and please stop using social media for pure sales.
Yep.
It's social for a reason. So
Yep.
we're here to remind you. He said the ratio is 9:1. I was paying attention, people. The ratio is 9:1. And what I mean to say is that give before you receive.
Yep.
So share your ideas, values. If people ask me questions, just give
Yep.
and it
Absolutely.
will come back,
Yes.
because that's how you build your authority. Khadija, you have stayed with us the whole time. Thank you so much. But Kwame,
Yep.
drum roll.
Yes.
It's going to be happy holiday time.
Yes.
But shall we talk about our big commitment?
Yes. So in starting in 2025, hopefully in the early part of January, we're going to launch a community.
Mm-hmm.
And our goal, based on what we've been doing this past 6 months, is to bring value to people who are serious about building their personal brand. And so we're going
Mm-hmm.
to launch a community. We're working on the platform, and it's going to be an affordable paid community. And it's targeted at people, executives, entrepreneurs, or even professionals who want to build a platform for themselves that is future proof and allow them to be able to attract their ideal audience, that they're looking for by working with two experts where we're going to give you our goal is to make this platform the best personal brand community out there. So in terms of
Mm-hmm.
tips, resources, we're going to bring on guests to talk about various aspects of personal branding. And
Mm-hmm.
our goal is to get on there weekly or bi-weekly to provide live sessions like we've been doing here. And most importantly, we want to impact 20,000 people and help them build and scale their personal brand. So this is our way of not only giving back, but also having a scalable platform where we can impact more people. And so we feel like the community is the way to go, where we have one place that we can pour all our insights, knowledge, expertise, and bring other people who we know can provide insights that we necessarily don't specialize in, but we know our audience can get value out of.
Absolutely. And guys, we just want to make sure that the way it's helped us, it helps you.
Absolutely.
So
Yep.
happy holidays.
Yes.
Surprise.
I know.
And please like our gift.
Yes.
Okay.
All
So
right.
thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
Have a wonderful one. Yeah.